Okay, we're back, folks. And man, I'm heat again. You know, I'm not gonna die of heat stroke, and I want to get my content out. So I'm like, I just go silent, just play the game without my commentary that probably shouldn't be doing in the first place. I'm probably taking away from the game's, from the game's atmosphere. What we got going on here? Ken here. He's not that tall. Well, he's taller than me, but you can't get more Street Fighters than Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li. I still haven't seen Sakura stage. I love Sakura stage, man.
Let's party! Go for broke!
But Chun-Li, her stages are always pretty cool. Like, her stages always involve a lot of people. Crap. Alright, Chun-Li. Nice. Her stages always involve a lot of movement, but I don't know, I like Sakura stage. Her stages are always, to me, they were always the most Street Fighter. Like, they always had something cool going on. Man! Jeez. Jeez! Chun-Li opened up a can on you, dude. Of course, that's coming. Oh boy. Death. Dead. Defeated. You know what's the weirdest thing though? Is I played this game for a number of years, and I know everybody's stage, and I can remember it, like, through the eyes of nostalgia or whatever. I can remember their stages. I just can't remember Chun-Li's stage. Like, I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, man, being 13, 14 years old, I can't remember what the stage looked like this. She got me this round. So it's like, honestly, I have to go back and look. That's what I honestly feel like I gotta do. Is go back and look at the original Street Fighter 3 for the PlayStation.
Get ready, fighters! Go for it, man!
To be honest, which I don't even have. Like, I had it, but there's a story behind it that I don't want to tell about somebody stealing it. Which wasn't cool, but that's life. So a number of years later, as I got older, I bought another copy of Street Fighter Alpha 3 for the PlayStation. Even though I have Anthology for the PlayStation 2, and I have the one that came out recently, like 2 years ago, for the Switch. I have that for the Switch, but and I noticed that with PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation games, they retool the game, and I hate that. Like, if you buy the game when it first comes out, a lot of times, I noticed in three different instances, you're buying a completely different game if you buy the greatest hits version. Like in Driver, the original Driver for PlayStation and the PC, they took so many scenes. of that game, even the whole, his girlfriend scene, and that kind of pissed me off a bit because my original copy got messed up. So, Black Label is kind of expensive. So I said, hey, let's go and get a greatest hits label, I don't want to spend $40 for a copy of Driver. I can spend like $250 for greatest hits version. So I'm like, they took all of that out and actually made the game short. So I'm just like, that kind of sucks. Like I beat the game within like a day, and it was easier too. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Then the second game I noticed that in has to be Jet Moto 2. Black Label Jet Moto 2, controlling feels very good, and it's four racers. Now I decided, hey, again, because when you're a kid, at least for me when I was a kid, I didn't take care of my stuff as good as I should have. So I find that a lot of games I'm replacing. I can't get that second key. So I found out a lot of games I'm replacing because of that. So I noticed that when I'm playing Jet Moto 2, the greatest hits version, which came out like a year later, a year and a half, whatever. For me it's greatest hits. For everyone else is, for the kids now, it's game of the year. So what they did for the greatest hits version, instead of making it, 4 people racing on their weird jet ski moto racer things, they make it, 12. Make it 12 racers. And they changed the controller up. It's disgusting. I'm eventually probably going to play it. But they changed a lot of stuff up. And the other game they changed would be what? I remember, I think it has to be Mega Man X4. It's a completely, either X4 or X5. I have the black labels of those. Took excellent care of those games, Then I go and I play, the one that came out like in 2018, the Legacy Edition, and I'm like, they changed up X4 and X5, like the voice acting and all that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I kind of like the cheesy American voice acting. Unless you probably got to change it in the menu, and I'm not the smartest tool. I'm pretty useless in a lot of things. But there's probably other games that they changed up once they get the greatest hits, release. And I guess because it's so old, I'm talking about games from 97, 98. I mean, I believe Jet Moto 2, I think Jet Moto 2 came out in 98. And I believe X4 came out in 96 or 97. Even though I didn't get my PlayStation until 98.
Showtime! Let's party! Go for broke!
I can't remember his stage that well. Actually, I can't remember his stage. I remember DJ's stage. That was kind of cheesy. Give me that piece of cheese or the C or whatever you give me.
Perfect!
They did change that in this game.
It all depends on your skill.
When you did that, it was like, they don't say it now. Everybody has their language for fighting games now. Low tier, high tier, mid tier. We didn't have all of that. Nerfs. We just said Yachiza, and that's it. Yachiza became spam, and spam is probably something else. Oh, that sucked. So I really don't know any more game terminologies from the 90s, and I know the 80s probably have their own terminologies when it comes to different games.
I can't believe my eyes.
But that was our terminology. Cheesing. They probably still use some of the words now, but what we got going on here? Yo, Kim, get your phone out. She's gonna ask for your manager. She's gonna ask for your manager.
Go for it, man.
No, but they changed a lot of things in games, and from when they release until now. I guess they make them better. I don't know. Like I said, I'm coming from an era where these games have changed. I don't know if there was a poll that was taken in a magazine somewhere. The PlayStation or Sony was like, okay, look, we gotta change these games up for the greatest hits versions. So if you are a collector, like I try to fancy myself with you, I say try because the life is funny. One day I'm sitting here playing my game. I don't know, next day I might be homeless. I hope not, but there's always that possibility. I don't take nothing for granted. When you're a collector, I suggest, if you can, maybe go for black label. But if you're like me, you just want it, just so you have it, go for the greatest hit green labels. Sakura!
You have missed the gun.
But it's kind of funny now because I play these old games by myself.
Hey, come on.
I don't remember a lot of the terminology anymore. I think I said that already, but my mind is elsewhere. She doesn't have her own stage. She's like all over the place. To me, I kind of feel like Athena from oh crap, girl! You're gonna have to get it. Oh, okay, I'm getting a little peeved. I just can't get a super out. Jeez. By the time I get it out, it's kind of useless. But I wonder if she was like, they modeled her after Athena. The way Joe and Dan are modeled after each other. I think Joe came out, well, obviously Joe came out first. If you got the King of Fighters 94. Then Dan is kind of a spoof of him. Because they kind of respect each other. And I love seeing that. And, games respect each other. Kind of like how you got like a lot of different characters from different genres inside Tekken. And crap! Not Street Fighter, but what is it? A little bit of Soul Calibur. Yeah, I lost. Or did I? She's freaking me out. I love Peace Amongst games and different, games.
Let's party. Go for broke.
If I could have my fight pad for the PlayStation, it's not an arcade stick, but it's a pad, just a fighting pad. If I could have that, I bought 3 of them. I found the sale. I remember when I was a kid, I had this really nice pad called the Piranha Pad, made by Interactive, whoever. They made a nice fight pad. And I loved it so much that when it broke, I twisted it and twisted it until like the circuits matched up as a kid. And then I glued it together. So it didn't work out too well. I eventually had to throw it away.
Your best. Beat 'em up, guys. Triumph or
Then as I got older, and I bought another PlayStation. I really wish I didn't, you know, I think that's one of the last things my mom bought for me. Was that PlayStation back in 1998. Winter of 98. But anyway, you know, 18 years old, I sold it. Threw away all the controllers. So eventually I was able to find that same exact fight pad. And the craziness came out and I bought one. Then I bought another one. Then the craziness came out some more and I bought a third one. So I got 3 of these fight pads.
showtime. Face it straight.
And they work very well over the PlayStation controller and the analog controller, which was supposed to be better, and it is. But I like a good old fight pad, you know? Something that feels like a Sega Genesis controller. I'm getting hit. Remember last time I fought him with somebody, he kind of gave me a run for my money.
You did a great job, Street Fighter.
But yeah, I'm just feeling nostalgic right now, man. I'm feeling nostalgic.
Prove yourself.
I kind of wish I could play some PlayStation right now, but in all the melee that's in my life, I don't even know what it is. I think I put it in storage.
Okay. Get ready, fighters. Go for it, man.
Even this stage, I heard, has a lot of references and stuff. Like with Final Fire or something. I'm not 100%. You know, I was a Sega Genesis kid. I wasn't a Nintendo kid, a Super Nintendo kid. I had a Nintendo and a Sega. Well, I had access to them. They were both my brothers, but he stopped caring about them.
Go for it, man.
So I was like, I had them. I had a Sega Genesis and a Nintendo. So I didn't get, you know, all the cool access to the Super Nintendo or the N64, you know? I mean, the Dreamcast, PlayStation and Dreamcast were my systems, you know, that I bought. Actually, I'll take that back. My mom bought my PlayStation. She bought my Game Boy. And my Dreamcast I bought, but it was because I was getting an allowance. So I don't know if that's someone else, you know. Take the garbage out. Okay. Look for some money. It's a horrible kid. Now the PlayStation 2 I bought on my own. I was 18 and I was able to buy that. I need one good hit on you, Cody. There you go. Basically, what I think I've been saying this whole time is I want to play some more, you know, Dreamcast, PlayStation, and PlayStation 2 games.
I can't believe my eyes.
And maybe a little bit of Nintendo GameCube games. Finally get to see Sakura stage. I love this stage so much. Love this stage, man. It's what's the place called? What is it called? This place in Japan, Okinawa. How do I know it's Okinawa? Because this is a very exact same setup as in the Yakuza series. I just love this stage, man. It's like a normal early morning or a weekday or a weekend, and everyone's just chilling, watching two people kick the crap out of each other. Got one more super in me. Here we go. We're even. Let's keep her back. Ah! Woo! That's smart thinking on my part. And what time does the clock says? It's like a little after 10 in the morning. You gotta respect that, you know? They're not showing like any tourist attraction. They're just like, we're gonna fight in the most generic place. Or the most uncommon place. At 10 in the morning. If you don't respect that, there's something wrong with you. That last super out. Yeah, she won this. So get it out. Yeah, she won it. Seriously, who fights at 10 in the morning? I mean, shouldn't she be in school? The guy who's holding those radishes, shouldn't he be like delivering those radishes? Shouldn't that kid be in school? Why is that woman, she's doing her shopping for today. Why is she standing there? Only person who kind of has the right to is the woman there. You know, I mean, she's waiting for customers. The waist. Roly, roly, roly. Crap. I might lose this. I lost. Seriously, respect this stage, man. Respect what this stage is about. No tourist attractions.
You can't give it up. Go
no
for
beach
it,
city. Oh, that sucked. And that sucked as well. I forgot that. I forgot I could put a little fire on it if I do strong attack. Nice. He didn't even hit the ground.
You win. It's showtime. Face it straight.
You need to stop cheesing with that, girl. See, I'm using my old school terminology, cheese it. Spamming, cheesing. Yeah, what now? Super, 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 super. Yes! I was hoping she would run into that.
You win.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ken. Brain damage is nice. So yeah, well, you're welcome, Sakura, for the brain damage. So enjoy your brain damage, kid.
I've never seen a battle like this.
I thought they'd make me fight Ryu a couple times. That's weird. I didn't fight Ryu at all. You remember that old Street Fighter movie? I don't know when it came out. It could have been the late 90s, early 2000s.
Go for broke.
When they made Violent Ken or something. Is it Violent Ken? And he's like, I'm gonna kill you with my psycho power. And the whole crap. And the whole time Ken is in this chair, but he's naked. Like, what possesses a man to kidnap another man, take his clothing off,
Beat 'em up, guys.
then fill him, that said man, with his psycho power. Anyone ever think of that stuff? Or just me? When I first seen it, I'm like, what the heck? It's like, dude's naked! There you go.
You win. You can't give it up. Go for it, man.
I'm waiting for it. Where is it? There it goes. He's not doing that crouch and throwing out a cycle shot. He's just straight up fighting me. And that's the weird part, is because I'm used to him doing a crouch. And there it goes. And I totally messed it up. Ah. Now do the crouch. Do the crouch. There it goes. And we're done.
You win.
Oh, I got first place. I feel like I'm always getting in first place. Like, I don't know, I'm not getting better. You know, I feel like I'm too far away from that now. You know, I'm in my 30s. And I don't play this game like I used to. Like, I've actually logged in 85 hours in this game. I think if you log in 99, you unlock everything. And I was so close to doing it. I got like 80 hours. Then I just bought a Game Shark from like a flea market. And I was able to unlock everything that way. And yeah, that was years ago, you know, a kid. And I was just happy to play one game over and over and over again. How have I become jaded? You know, I'll buy a game and not even play it, never. So buying a game and as a kid and playing it for 80 hours. At the time, it was the game that I played the most. And he's not dizzy from doing that over and over again. Alright, folks, we're done. I'm going to, I think I'm just gonna chill. I don't know, I might play some Uncharted.